What an absolutely beautiful day. Just climbed out of the flowing South Saskatchewan River, and we survived the trip, which is the main thing, and all thanks to our good friend Doug Porches. Doug, thanks so much for taking us out on this trip today. Absolutely gorgeous day, and I think it really goes to sort of illustrate the point of our show today. Even though it's September, the fall weather is coming, you can still get out and enjoy this beautiful Meewasin Valley.
Oh, it's an awesome day for us. I remember last time we were out in the Beaver Creek area, and now we're in downtown Saskatoon. Wise people with great vision created this Meewasin some 35, 40 years ago. And we have now 25 square miles in the Meewasin Valley. We have 80 kilometers of trail where you can walk, run, roll. We've got the canoe launches in the river. We have interpretive centers. Canoe launches right here where we are right now, or a boat launch, and the canoe launch at Fred Heel, canoe launch at Poplar Bluffs, but all along the river. People are enjoying it, and it's a great tribute to the people that came up with this vision of Meewasin years ago.
Absolutely. You mentioned those canoe launches outside of the city. I think maybe people might not necessarily think about doing it in the city as much. It's one of those things I think of as being exclusively sort of outside the city, but it is obviously can be done here. It's as long as you're safe. Safety, of course, is the key.
It's always good to get some basic instruction about a canoe, how it works, what keeps you safe. And then when we look at the river flows, Meewasin has created the Fred Heel canoe launch, which is about 22.5 kilometers off Highway 219, and that's south of Saskatoon, and you can canoe back to Saskatoon. And then there's a Poplar Bluffs canoe launch, 7.5 kilometers by river. And people should understand the river. Besides life jackets and taking care of yourself in the sun, and when you're walking on a sandbar is like a snowdrift. And if you're going with the direction of the current and you get to the end of the sandbar, you can break through, just like you break through a snowdrift. And that's where most tragedies would happen in and around rivers and sandbars, is when people break through. The river channel goes back and forth. It snakes back and forth. It may be 8, 10, 12 feet deep. So you think you can walk across the river, but some places you step right off the shore, just like where we are right now, and you have a deep channel. So when you're with children, or you're with pets, or even with people that aren't that familiar, it's always good to be water-wise and to know you're not at a lake, you're at a river.
You're the veteran canoeer. I know you've been doing this for years. As we head into fall, how cold will it get that you'll still canoe? What's the lowest temperature you'll still head out there on the water, Doug?
Well, I've been out, and now this is one where I took my wife along. It was late September.
And she's still your wife.
Still my wife. It was late September. It was snowing. It was dark, and we were with another couple, Wayne and Vivian Dick, and we were heading downriver, and we were looking for a campsite. And the canoe that we were in the darkness, got caught up on a rock, and so the current was swift. We finally got off of that. We got to shore without encountering a problem, set up our tents, and once we got the fire going and had supper, those tents were 5-star hotels. That's what they were. So the latest I've been out in the river in cold weather it's been snowing.
Sure. Doug, thank you so much for taking us out on the river today. It was an absolute blast. We're going to get our life jackets off because we have to head over to the Saskatoon Food Bank Garden.